Hello and welcome to my channel Conversation Corner. A very happy new year to all of those who are listening to me. In today's video, I want to touch upon a very important topic. As you know, we have been discussing how our language affects our worldview, and the topic I'd like to talk about today is about becoming a shark in order to swim with the sharks. This phrase has its origins in the saying that since in life everyone is self-centered, it makes most sense to make our decision based on being self-centered. If that logic is really driven to its extreme, what are the outcomes for that? Well, the outcomes for that is living in a society where there is very, very, very little trust. And when there is very little trust, there are consequences to that. Firstly, money will not flow freely across the economy because people won't trust each other in their dealings, right? So there will be some areas where shops simply will not set up. There will be some areas where people simply won't go, and there will be a class of people with whom people will simply not interact. So there is going to be a lot of division in the society as such, and everyone who adopts the philosophy of becoming a shark in order to swim with the sharks will contribute to the whole society becoming more self centered. That being said, can we really be 100% selfless? I don't think that's possible, right? We have to ensure that we have enough food on our plate, and only when our cup is full will we be able to give something from that to someone else. However, if we look at our lives very honestly, we can ask ourselves, how much do we really need at our table? If we see the money we spend on entertainment, if we see the money we spend on going out and eating at restaurants, and then we ask ourselves, is this money better used by, let's say, giving it to charity, or is my time better spent at teaching underprivileged kids at some orphanage as opposed to going to a movie? Then we'll understand that there is a lot that we have, and we won't lose much by sharing it. So let's say one particular weekend you gave a few hours to teaching an underprivileged kid as opposed to spending time watching a movie in some theater. That is how you gave a lot without giving yourself completely to something. So there is a balance that needs to be struck, and the idea of becoming a shark to swim with the sharks doesn't really help the world become a better place because you're contributing to the very problem you're complaining about, right? If you can find a way to swim with the sharks without becoming one, you will have made your contribution towards the world becoming a bit better. It's a very common argument to say, I'm just one person. How am I supposed to affect a change overall? Well, you may not be able to affect a change overall, or you still don't know how you are going to do that because we don't know how far reaching the consequences of our actions are. Maybe you inspired someone in a very small way on one particular day, and 10 years down the line, that person did something significantly different, which changed the shape of human history. Now, if it weren't for that one small action you had taken, this may not have happened. So, you don't know the cause and effect of the things you will do in this world. And if I'm not mistaken, there is some saying from the Bible that says, "Cast your bread upon the water, so that you may find it someday." This is paraphrased. This is not verbatim. So the idea of becoming a shark to survive with the sharks is not the best worldview to hold, because then you won't make the place a better place around you. So try and not be much of a shark. Try and have that approach of the iron fist in the velvet glove, and then see how things turn out. It's not easy to adopt this mindset because we see a lot of people winning in the short term due to self-centered behavior, but overall, over a long period of time, this really damages the fabric of your society. And since you don't want to be the person who's adding to societal deterioration, make sure that you contribute somehow, either with your time, money, or both, in order to ensure that people who don't have as much as you in terms of knowledge, in terms of wealth, can benefit by your company or by your donation. So keep that in mind anytime you wish to contribute to your society. And remember, it's not just your money, sometimes it can even be your ideas. So maybe you can write a blog, maybe you can make YouTube videos, maybe you can participate in a local festival aimed at whatever noble cause there is. And by doing so, you have done your bit of making the society better. Try to do this year in 2023 instead of having all other lofty goals, and hopefully by the end of the year you should see a significant change in your life.